Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today, and one of the games that caught gamers' attention at E3 2017 was the title that opened up Microsoft's press conference, which was Metro Exodus. Now there had been rumors of a Metro 3 in development at 4A Games for a little bit of time through a leak on their website, but then it was quickly stomped out and officially addressed by the developers themselves, and we didn't think we'd see Metro Exodus for a while, but it turns out that is not the case, as it's coming sometime in 2018, and with this reveal, people were blown away. And so I know some gamers were really crossing their fingers that Bethesda would reveal a Fallout collection, some type of remaster, something to commemorate a Fallout anniversary of some kind this year. Turns out that wasn't the case, and we have the best possible game to address that Fallout void, which is Metro Exodus. Now the Metro series is one I've promoted on my channel an okay amount. I think I should actually give it more light, especially now that it's getting more attention. People are starting to realize how amazing this series is. So if you haven't played the Metro story, that's one thing you should definitely go back and do because it's one of the series' strong suits. And on top of that, this is the third entry. It's going to heavily lean on those two previous games, and you're gonna definitely want to know what happened throughout them. In fact, in a PC Gamer interview, they asked, can you talk us through Metro Exodus's story and where we find ourselves at the start of the game? The answer is yes, so the game picks up where Metro Last Light left off with the good ending. Artyom is back, and now he needs to join together with a small group of survivors and board a train and escape Moscow. He goes on an epic journey that spans the continent and goes across post-apocalyptic Russia. The whole journey takes about a year, and we get to see all the seasons in the year, and we get to see that journey and how the time and everything that happens along the way affects the characters and how the characters change. That's another important reason why if you have not played Metro, you should go back and play them, because we already saw a couple of returning characters in the reveal, so you're going to want to know their backstories, their connection to Artyom, our main character. One misconception, myself included, was that this game actually might be open world, because when Artyom exits to above ground, we see him take out a map which showcases a pretty big area, and I thought to myself, this game is that gorgeous and it's going to be open world. Where's the sacrifice here? It turns out it's actually not going to be the case, but more along the lines of a game called Stalker, which is another title that viewers always recommend to me personally to play because I enjoy Fallout. It's actually a game I've yet to get around to, but upon some research on Stalker, it's going to run very similar to Metro Exodus, where you're going to have big open hub areas with lots of non-linear exploration, but they're going to keep them into these focused areas and not truly open world in order to progress the story forward. Now I know that may sound like a take back for some gamers out there, especially gamers who have not played the Metro series, but trust me when I say the linearity of the Metro series is one of its biggest strengths because it allows for tense, atmospheric, orchestrated moments. The developers describe it as, we're doing this mix of classic gameplay and this new non-linear style, and we wanted to maintain what our fans expect, what they've known and what they're used to and love, while also introducing something new that is blending what the team has done over the past two games, and plus something that the core team at 4A Games has done in the past with the Stalker games. So if you didn't know, the founders of 4A Games actually left the studio that created the Stalker games and then proceeded to form 4A Games. So we're seeing the inspiration being taken from those titles, but we're still going to see that classic Metro gameplay that's going to put us into these more linear areas that kind of send us down that path, because once again, two of the best strong suits are those moments in Metro where there's real intensity on top of its story. Furthermore, we're not entirely open world then, it's more sandbox survival, and everything is tied together with an overarching storyline that still carries the player through. They'll still feel like they're playing a Metro game. Now that's really important, I've highlighted why already. But it's not just the story and the atmosphere that really makes Metro such a powerful series. It's also got fun gameplay. While it does simply boil down to a first-person shooter, the satisfying sound design, the weapons created in the Metro universe, the fact that, for example, I could take the currency, which is bullets, and use them in my weapon as extra damage. There's a lot of little options sprinkled about throughout Metro's combat that makes it fun. And also, as mentioned earlier, there's a bit of a survival aspect where you're not always going to be truly loaded up on ammo, especially when you start playing on those higher difficulties. So this game really transforms as you play along and get better at it. But it's the third entry in the series, it's on these new gen consoles, so we should expect some changes. And the developer says that there are a lot of features that we're not talking about yet in detail, but we have revamped certain systems. The weapon systems, for example, you'll have a lot more freedom in customization with your weapons. You saw in the trailer where Artyom crafts a magazine and swapped it out for the revolver mechanism for his shotgun. Things like that are where we're giving the player a lot more customization options. So as someone who has played all the Metro games many times over, I love the changes they're making here because they're the right changes. They're maintaining what the core of this franchise is, what made it special, what developed its following, but expanding in what I feel, at least on paper, are the right areas. Exploration was always fun in the Metro franchise. Give us more to explore. Awesome idea. Weapons and gameplay is fun and satisfying in Metro. Give us more customization options. So I hope if the Metro gameplay didn't pique your curiosity, some of my commentary on why I think these games are good, why these changes are good, maybe will help you get into them. I highly recommend you pick up the remastered collection for Metro 2033 and Last Light on either your PS4, your Xbox One, your PC. They're gorgeous games. They're amazing games. Last Light is an excellent title. That doesn't take anything away from 2033, but oh my goodness, I loved Last Light to death. One of my favorite games of the last generation of consoles. But that'll do it for me, people. Let me know what you think about Metro Exodus in the comments down below. Are you excited? Is this going to fill your Fallout void? How much do you love Metro? All of that, leave down below. While you're scrolling down to the comment section, do be sure to check out the description box and follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, as well as considering supporting my Patreon. It helps fuel all the content we create here. Other than that, stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.